Hello, welcome back to my corridors. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my corridors. I love my night light next to my bed. It gives such good lighting. It's perfect. But anyway, I'm gonna share my experience seeing Napalm Death in Melvins. And as you can see, I have my new acid bath shirt. Let me show you all the back. Hopefully y'all can see it. Oh, I love it. It's another picture of Gacy. I just bumped my head. But anyway, and my new nail polish from Pacifica Beauty. I hadn't done my nails in so long, and this color is so gorgeous. The shade is called Mermaid Tail. I love to channel my inner mermaid. But anyway, I saw them at the same place. I saw Obituary, which was Chelsea's in Baton Rouge. And I'm back home. I'm not in Baton Rouge anymore, obviously. And I had such a good trip. And there's my Obituary hat. I didn't really do much before the show. Well, actually, yeah, I did. I went to Jennings to go see my friend Jimmy. And y'all know I met him in person officially. Hi, Jimmy. And I had supper at Hooters and had some delicious nachos, because spicy nachos are always good. They don't feel good coming out of you, but they're still tasty. Yeah, I didn't buy merch. I almost did. I was hoping they would have a CD for Melvins' The Houdini album, because I love Houdini. That's probably my favorite Melvins album. So they didn't have a CD of it, but they had a tote bag. And I was about to pay for it, but it was cash only. So I was like, who still does that? You know, who still does cash only for, like, I understand, like, classic rock bands, but, like, the Melvins? Come on. You know, so I didn't get a Houdini tote bag. It was the two-headed dog on the Houdini album. So, no, I didn't get a tote bag, which was sad, but it's okay. You know, I didn't get any merch at the show. I did get something more precious. It's not from either one of those bands, but I'm going to show that later. I went to the stage, and Dark Sky Burial, which is Shane, the bassist for Napalm Death. This is his own little experimental project. He's kind of a DJ, but not a DJ. He had this electric drum set, and like he did vocals, and like he had this like electric flute. It had buttons all over it. I've never seen an instrument like this, but it was pretty good. You know, I knew this was the bassist for Napalm Death, and I knew this was his little project, so it was gonna be fun to watch. I didn't get any Dark Sky Burial merch though. Sadly, no, I didn't get any merch. Why do I keep saying that? I'm also still kind of tired from my trip, jet lag. But, you know, it was so relaxing to watch. Like, you know, when you're in class in school and the teacher turns the light out and you're watching a movie in the dark, that's the exact same feeling I got when watching Dark Sky Burial. His stuff. It was pretty fun, and it was very relaxing to watch. Yeah, his set didn't last like 30 minutes. And then he's like, thank you all. Melvins is next. And then I was like all confused. So I made a friend at the show. His name is Brad. And he ended up greeting me. I met him at Obituary, and then he remembered me from the other night, and he came to stand with me, stand next to me. And then he saw that I was looking all funny, and then he informed me that Weed Eater's bus broke down, and that's why they weren't coming to the show. So I didn't get to see Weed Eater because their tour bus broke, and I did not hear that, unfortunately, and I'm pretty sad because I do like Weed Eater. So yeah, hopefully in the future I could get another chance to see Weed Eater, because I'm disappointed I didn't get to see Weed Eater. So yeah, it was just 3 bands. So yeah, no Weed Eater. So Melvins played, and I was right in front of Buzz Osborne, or we also call him King Buzzo. I was right in front of him, and their costumes were so cool. Like, he was wearing this black robe with eyes, like gold and white painted, not painted, but like printed on. It had eyes all over it, and that was so cool. And their other guitarist, I can't remember his name, but he had this white suit and it had eyes all over it too, and that is some of the coolest costumes I ever saw. Their music is pretty slow and it's pretty fun to watch. They had two drummers. Yeah, two drummers playing on stage with them, and I actually didn't know that, and I feel bad because, I really like the Melvins, and I never took the time to, like, really get to know the band. So yeah, that's the first band I've ever seen that had two drummers play at the same time on stage with the band, so that was pretty cool. There was only one time a mosh pit broke out during the during Melvin's set, and that was when they played the song Honey Bucket, because that's like fast enough, because most of their songs are pretty slow. And they were pretty fun to watch, and I headbanged during Honey Bucket. I headbanged during the rest of their songs, but their songs are like, it's like slow headbanging. Doom metal headbanging, but it's like slow enough, and it's not going really fast. But yeah, those costumes were so cool, and I got like such a good picture of them, and y'all probably saw the pictures of them, and gosh, I still can't get over how cool those costumes were. Yeah. And I'm proud to have a Melvins patch on my vest because I got to see them live and they were so cool. And at the end, when their set was over, they all held hands and like bowed a couple times, and we all were giving their applause. Yeah. So Napalm Death played after that, obviously. And my God, their set was so good. And there was something I remember that was really funny. It was from Obituary, and I forgot to mention, but it played at the same. It was at the same venue, so I ended up. It's okay because it was at the same venue, and I'm mentioning it here. There was some guy moshing in the mosh pit, and he had a big Kermit the Frog plushie, and I thought that was really funny. Who knew Kermit loved to mosh? And Barney Greenway even commented on it. He's like, "Is Kermit okay?" I thought that was pretty cool. They played Smash a Single Digit, Twist a Knife, which that was the very first Napalm Death song I ever heard, and that was really cool actually getting to hear that live. You Suffer, obviously. Scum. The Nazi punks fuck off. I even wrote down a list. Siege of Power. They played a lot of their like more well-known songs. Oh, and Backlash Just Because. Oh, and Suffer the Children. And before Suffer the Children played, Barney Greenway went on stage and he said that he was like basically saying what the song was about, and he said that Suffer the Children is about how corrupt religion is, and he said it was a bunch of horse shit, and that's actually what he called it. And a lot of people cheered, and I cheered because I 1000% agree with that, and I'm not sorry. If y'all are religious, that's fine, but I just had a bad experience with religion, and I'm just glad to know there's a bunch of people that are in the same boat as me. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And I was wearing my Harmony Corruption long sleeve, so yeah. It started to get hot at the end of the set. It's even kind of hot in my room now. I don't know why. Yeah, I had such a good time. The one thing I was kind of surprised to see, I was surprised to see how that Barney Greenway was kind of a skinny guy, because I had seen him in interviews. I guess I never saw like his full body. I always thought he was bigger, but no, he's slim. And I asked my friend Brad, was he always this skinny? He's like, oh yeah. So I guess I just didn't see it. They had a great set, and I had banged so hard that my neck hurt, but it's always worth it. So I'm gonna get to the Obituary guitar pick, or it's a bass pick. It was from Terry Butler. So Napalm Death, threw their stuff into the crowd, and they threw their guitar picks, and there was like a gate. I was like at the barrier at the gate. I guess we thought that it landed behind the gate, and a staff member like found the pick, and it turns out it was Obituary's pick. And so the staff member handed it to me. And y'all remember in the last video, I thought that I had lost that pick and it fell into oblivion. I ended up finding the bass pick. It was just so simply meant to be. I can't even believe that I found an obituary pic at a Napalm Death show, because the obituary show was like several days before that, and by funny coincidence, I found this pic. It was just, it's simply meant to be, and I'm never gonna forget that. But yeah, I said goodbye to my new friend, and I just talked with other people, and it was. And it's so cool that I end up making friends at shows, and even if I don't live in the same city as them, and I think it's just really cool. I get to meet so many new people wherever I go. Alright, that wasn't as long as I thought I anticipated, but I had such a good time in Baton Rouge. I had such a good time in New Orleans. I had such a good time going to Jennings to see my friend Jimmy, and that was such a great trip, and I'm never going to forget it. Alright, I think that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, whatever. And I'll see y'all later, and stay metal.